Hey YouTube! Continuing on with my weird and wonderful up close and this is slightly pornographic guitar fetish video section. Look at it. You guess what it is yet? This is a 19, and I'm not sure about the date. I think it's 1983 Yamaha sc400. You can tell, can't you? Look at the headstock. It's got the samurai headstock. This is like, I think these were only European, or made in Japan. I think these were only was only a European issue. It's kind of like, there's a guitar called an SG5, an old Yamaha, which is sort of this shape, but it's got plastic bits on it, which I think is absolutely stunning. One of my favourite looking guitars. There's a couple of them. It's like, if you're talking about getting a guitar from the 60s, the original Yamaha SG5, just, they look amazing. They also come in yellow and orange. Fantastic. This is like an 80s version of it, which has the same headstock and a vaguely sort of similar shape. Really quite strange. So it's, I think, arguably a sort of a kind of like a Strat. This bit's a Strat. You just look at that bit, and it's kind of like a Strat sort of, but it's just actually not unlike the Kraken. It's kind of got a wee thing going on about it. You know, it's not a million miles away. Of all the guitars I've got, I think it's the one that looks most like a Kraken, but maybe an upside down one. Yeah, so you can see these pickups are big. Yamaha, yeah, actually Yamaha branded. They're actually Yamaha branded on them. So they're like almost P90s. Is what they sound like. In normal mode. So in this range, there's two very similar. There's this one. This is the 400. I think they normally say so on the truss rod, but that truss rod does look original to me. So I wonder if it was printed on it. No, I was actually sitting there wondering if it's actually upside down and it says SC. SC, people are saying it's a super combinator. Oh, that sounds interesting. I think it actually just stands for single coil. Which is it's a wee bit like when you find out what SG stands for. Oh, Gibson SG, what does that mean? Oh, I bet you it's something really cool, like Gran Turismo or something. Yeah, it means solid guitar. Oh. Cannot be called Sergio Tag, something fancy. Yep, so 5-way switch, volume and a tone. The 600 version, this is the 400, is a through neck. This one is a set neck. Quite a strange shaped set neck there. So the difference between this is actually, yeah, it's a set neck one. This one does have a serial number on it, but obviously, again, if it's a Yamaha, it says Japan on every tuner and on the back of the headstock, so you know it's a Japanese one. There is a difference. The other one in the range, there's two of them. The other one is the 600, has a chamfer here, and it's through neck, and the coil tapped pickups. So this one doesn't have the coil tap pickups, doesn't have the chamfer. The thing is, the chamfer, see, if you look at the top of this, it's actually a top. It's not, it's a top. So see the chamfer one, it's like, see when you get like a cheap Strat and someone sanded it and they've realised it's plywood, so you end up with a line going across there, and then so that's what happens with this. So I actually think this one looks better than the more expensive one, because it's got the chamfer, it's got like a line there, and then it's not the fancy whatever this veneer, or it's not a veneer, it's actually about 2 millimeters thick. You can see it, and kind of, because it's not binding, it kind of ends and it's rounded. It's actually really a really beautiful guitar, this one. Really. So I was like thinking, oh, the other one, the 600's got these pickups in it that are coil tappable. I wonder if the pickups are coil tappable. Yes, they are. So I put a switch in. I don't know if that was the right place to put it, but I put a switch in there and it taps all three. Taps. Doesn't split. Taps. What a difference that makes. I love the tapped sound where you've got like low powered. That's really my first thing that really hinted to me that actually low powered pickups are better. I mean, when you're using distortion and stuff, using them as kind of P90s is wonderful. They sound great, but when you tap them, also the original one, someone mentioned in one of the Facebook groups that I posted it in, their 600, back in the day, you didn't get, this is a 9-pole switch because it taps all 3 pickups, so you need you know, the 3 terminals per pickup, so you need a 9-pole one, like a stomp switch, which is what this is. So I had to buy that specially, so I can tap all 3 pickups. On the original one, those things didn't exist, so actually the original one only taps the outside 2, doesn't tap the middle one, apparently. This bridge as well, it's like, you know how you're meant to go through body for best sustain? Well, if you look up this one, there's a big massive thing about how no, what you want is a straight string pull. So it's a high mass bridge, but it's thoroughly mounted in the top. There's no nothing going into the back. It seems to work absolutely lovely. The guitar itself is just an absolute stunner. It doesn't have humbuckers, which is a bit... I feel there's a wee bit of a safety net in having a humbucker, or even a humbucker option. I just checked. The pickups are all the same way around, so even if I did put a series switch in, it's not going to be a humbucker. But yeah, so as I said, there's this one in the 600. There's also a cheaper one, which was not Japanese, which has got... is a similar outline, but it's got like scratch plates and stuff like that. It does. I think it's a 300 it's called. It does look cool as fuck. It does. But this is a Japanese one, and yeah, being the snob that I am, it's something about Japanese guitars from the early 80s. They're just, I mean, you don't if you even get guitars like this these days, comfort wise, it's absolutely perfect. There's no issues at all, you know, with it being a slightly odd shape. It's totally built for comfort. I absolutely love the Samurai headstock. It's just, I think it's just cool as fuck. It's lovely. I mean, you're seeing these guitars being criminally underused by me. You know, the rusty strings and the frets are all dull and stuff like that. It really is totally unacceptable, and I would be shouting at the screen, calling you a bastard if you had one of these in this kind of this state. I've just got too many. It's just a fair few of these guitars I've done in these videos really are uncommonly good. Like, it's weird. I mean, yeah, it's odd looking, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things, once you get used to looking at it, it becomes unbelievably beautiful. But I just think it's an absolute stunner. And it plays. There's this magic thing about the early 80s in Japan where, very unlike capitalism or whatever you call it, or modern way of thinking about things, where all the companies are racing to try and make the cheapest guitar they possibly can and try to make as much money from that guitar as they possibly can. It's like, we're squeezing this. You're either trying to make it as cheap as possible, or you're trying to squeeze as much money out of it as possible. At this time in Japan, all these companies were competing to make the best guitar. So they're trying to make the best guitar at £300, the best guitar at £500, not the one that's got the best looking spec sheet, the one that looks prettiest in pictures, the ones that makes the most money. That's not what they're trying to do. It's that this Klingon honor thing is in this, where they're genuinely, I mean, that's why things like the West Tone Thunder exist. They're genuinely going like that, pure, we are going to try and make the best guitar that's cheap, not the cheapest guitar. We're going to try and make, how cheap can we make a really, really good guitar, and what is it that we scrimp on? We don't scrimp on the build quality. The build quality has to be the same as the expensive ones. What's that like? I mean, that does not happen now. You know, I don't know if someone who's got their Harley Benton, the best guitar in the world. I've got 8 of them. You know, it's like, oh, they're brilliant. I've tried lots of other ones. None of them are any better. And you look at something like this, you're just looking at it. It just, even if you didn't play the guitar, it just looks expensive and solid and very well built. It is. Obviously, when you play it, fucking amazing. It plays every bit as good as it looks. It also kind of, as I was complaining about that last guitar I did a video on, the Aria ZZ Blade Runner, and it sounds like a Strat, feels like a Strat, but it looks like an Explorer. So it's kind of, there's a gap between what you expect it to be and what it is. This is exactly what I think it should be. I absolutely love it. I should use it more. I should use it a lot. My guitars more. I've only got 2 hands though, so I can only play one at a time. I've just got too many fucking amazing guitars. But I mean, it's so. It sounds big headed, but there's so many of these guitars that you could take into someone who. The average person with a guitar collection, they've got half a dozen guitars. They've got, I've got like an American Strat, a Mexican Fender, and I've got a Gibson Les Paul, and it's like, this just fucking blows the pants off all of those guitars. Just straight up does. If you're, what depends what it is you're into. I'm into a guitar that feels and is really well built and sounds amazing and plays brilliantly. That's what I want. Obviously, it looks fucking brilliant as well, but I'm not into it. It doesn't matter whether Stevie Ray Vaughan played one or Hendrix had one. I didn't, whatever. You know what I mean? The reason they didn't play these guitars because this guitar didn't exist. If this guitar existed in 1968, this is what Jimmy Page would have been playing on Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's one of those things. The reason they played a Les Paul is because that's all you could get at the time. No, it didn't come in this way. I've never seen anyone famous play one of these. Actually, Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi, had the SG5, like a reissue of it. This isn't a reissue though. I remember seeing one of the first guitar magazines I bought. I think I've maybe bought 3 guitar magazines in my life. The first one I bought had a yellow Yamaha Samurai in it, or the SG5 reissue. That must have been late 90s, 1997 or 8 or something like that. They reissued them and I just thought they looked fucking amazing. But that's a reissue of the 60s guitar. This is a kind of updated version of it that's kind of similar. It's got the same headstock. The shape's not quite the same. It's just something a little bit different. It kind of looks like it's like a custom thing. I mean, it's not the same as, but it's not a million miles away from the fact that it doesn't look like anything else. The way the Kraken doesn't look like anything else, which is too far away. You know, it's like they're not. Yeah, there's a similarity in there somewhere. But no, it's just I just absolutely, so many of these guitars are pure ridiculous. I don't know if it. I mean, go Marco. You can only keep 10. I thought, God, no. I've got more than 10 guitars that are absolutely groundbreakingly phenomenal and are the best guitar in the world. And this is just one of them. I don't think they're not a particularly expensive guitar. I think compared, looking at quality level, it's a Yamaha, but looking at quality, sound, feel, woods, parts, all that crap, it's a really, really cheap guitar. If you look at it that way. I mean, these are not thousands of pounds, which is stupid. This should be thousands of pounds worth. Everything about it is thousands of pounds worth, but Jimmy Page didn't play one of them. Neither did Dave Gilmour. All right, yeah, no, they didn't. So they're not as good. Okay. That does mean that they're difficult to find. You have to know what you're looking for. And you're not going to find one. I mean, I think I'll buy one of them. You can look on. There might be one on eBay. There might be one on eBay this year. There's probably going to be one on eBay within the next 5 years. But if somebody else wants it as well, you know, I mean, that's like, how do you replace these things? I wouldn't buy the 600 now. I've got the 400. It's like I'm not going for the complete set. Well, then again, one shows up for 100 quid. Obviously, I'm buying it. I remember how much I paid for this. A ridiculous amount. Basically, I paid second-hand Squire money. Like a second-hand classic vibe. That kind of money. Most of my guitars kind of kick in at that sort of money. Or an Epiphone. Cheaper than an Epiphone Les Paul. And it's like, is it better than an Epiphone Les Paul? It's so much better than an Epiphone Les Paul that you couldn't even... It's like, who's better? Oasis or Queen? You know, it's like, what really, where is the argument there? Oasis are really popular. They sold a lot of records, right? That's your one argument. There is no, you know, Queen or Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or Black Sabbath, any of the truly magnificent bands compared to, I don't know, I mean, even something like, Green Day. Yeah, Green Day are really good. I really thoroughly enjoy them. They're fantastic. I saw them live. It was a brilliant gig. But musically, they don't do what Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or the Beatles or the Stones did. You know, with just, it's just a different league. That's what this is compared to an Epiphone Les Paul. There is no argument in it. Please come over with your Epiphone Les Paul and then try and convert me. And I'll humour you and go, oh, that's quite good. Have a shot of this, and you're just going to go, oh, for fuck's sake, how can a guitar be this good? Japanese, the action on this is super low. Oh, this is fucking amazing. The string, this may actually be Elixir strings. That's maybe why it's still decent strings on it. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna do a live stream tonight. I'm gonna play that because it's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Rock on. I'm gonna keep doing these until I'm really, really hungry because it's coming up to lunchtime. So rock on.